A market is a place where buyers and sellers meet in order to determine the price and quantity of the goods or services that are going to be exchanged. Markets can take place in many different forms, such as a physical market, a labor market, a securities market, or even the internet is considered a market.
We will be discussing the many factors that lead to the evolution of markets and how they will lead to where we are today.
Surplus production.
Change to production methods, such as specialization, causes an increased productivity which leads to surpluses. These surpluses affected the development of markets and the development of trade. The increase in supply created the need of more outlets, which resulted in the establishment of markets.
Due to the increase in quantity of goods being produced and increased competition, it becomes necessary to look for more markets other than national markets. This creates the international market, in which trade began between countries. Surplus production is used the industries such as agriculture, fashion industry, and even furniture industry.
Trade and transport development.
Trade developed between communities and even between countries. Trade routes were set up so countries could trade commodities that they couldn't produce. The most well-known trade routes were the Spice Route, the Silk Route, the Amber Road, and the Albanian Peninsula Route.
The movement of large quantities of bulky, low-value goods such as grain, timber, and coal required cheap and dependable transportation. Horses and carts were not reliable enough to transport these goods, so faster and easier modes of transport were created. Growth of towns and cities.
As populations increased, people began to settle in communities and towns. These towns usually developed along rivers and main trading routes. As the population increased, the town and cities began to expand and become centers for trading and manufacturing.
Trade developed and there was an increase in contact between different towns. The economy grew and the increase in farm technology created a massive movement of peasants into cities. These became entrepreneurs such as merchants and artisans.
The towns acquired new forms of government systems. A council and a mayor were elected to manage the towns. They collected taxes in order to provide public goods or services such as roads and other infrastructure, such as sewage systems, water provisions, and the management of the marketplace.
Cities can be divided into three groups: commercial cities, industrial cities, and administrative cities.